before we head down, let's meet the captain. Blackheart?
Yeah. That's the nickname, yeah.
Blackheart. Your name is?
It's appropriate. I'm a fairly mean person.
Captain Blackheart. Seemed like a nice enough fellow, but his reputation precedes him.
You got a bone crew, you gotta be mean if you want to get anything out of them, eh, Ev?
Cookie Bone. So named for stealing cookies while underway.
Well, I got sick because he was upside down for an hour.
Curly Bone and his two brothers went through 5 tanks of oxygen, scraping the entire bottom of the boat. He gets his name from that charming curly mop.
You're gonna start a YouTube channel?
Get some good drone footage, videotaping our adventures.
People say, why'd you buy a schooner and a gaff rig and all that? I have no idea. I like the way it looked.
Gaff rig is a sailing rig, configuration of sails, mast, and stays in which the sail is 4-cornered, fore and aft rigged, controlled at its peak, and usually its entire head by a spar, a pole called the gaff.
And if it looks right, it should sail right, and I've always been a nostalgia kind of guy, so I just thought, what the heck. I like the traditional rigging. I like the fact there's nothing mechanical in terms of winches or anything. It's all just pulleys and blocks and lines, and so it's a fun boat to learn to sail and easy to sail, and there's not a lot that goes wrong with it, and if something does, it's really easy to fix. The nice thing with this rig though is the sails are all smaller because they are gaff and because there's 3 masts spreading all that sail out that you're not reefing as much and stuff like that. You can carry pretty full sail through a lot of wind ranges.
You said 30 knots?
Yeah, like
sail?
we've had 30 knots. So we've had actually 45, 50 knots. We got caught with our sails up once, and I thought we were going to start blowing sails out, and they didn't. Imagine they maybe stretched a little bit. I don't know, but they look okay and work okay still. And generally, we don't want to go above 30. But at 30 with this rig, it's not a problem at all. It'll hold up just fine. In fact, the boat likes, like, anything under 20 knots. You can sail okay, but you got to put everything up. The boat's heavy, so it likes the windier conditions, like ideals. 20,
how heavy is this
25,
boat?
36 tons.
36 tons.
Yeah, so
and how long is it in case we didn't?
It's 60 feet on the water line and 75 at the bowsprit and the davits.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get charged 75 at the marinas and stuff. I got to figure out a way to retract the davits and the bowsprit.
This is the galley that's eating the stuff.
Masty Bone. He's as tall as the mast.
Alright, 2 cubbies for Harmony and Everett. Kitchen benches. A fan up here to keep us cool throughout the day. 2 bedrooms on either side of us. And the bathroom up front.
So whose bedroom is this?
This is Wyatt's bedroom.
Wyatt, there's the GoPro.
This is my bedroom. In the bathroom we have our tool room.
Okay. Very organized.
My dad demands it to be that way. Shower back there.
Nice shower.
Our water tanks are underneath your feet and underneath each of those cubbies.
Do you know about how much water?
We figure about 450 gallons.
Okay.
Down in here is another bedroom on your left.
So this is just a spare bedroom?
Yeah, spare bedroom if we have too many people or we just need more room. And then
Whoa, here's the engine room, huh?
engine room. On that far wall is a fresh water maker.
That's okay.
Yeah, fresh water maker.
Okay.
That's right there's the refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Fresh water maker is like that tank there, along with a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
That thing is a spare generator, that big tin can. 5 batteries, and then the big engine that keeps us going.
AGM. And what kind of engine? Do you know much about it?
I don't. I'd have to ask my dad.
Okay.
We have the captain's table.
Okay.
It's a nice little pop-up spring. Keep it in place.
I'm so much more able to open it up.
Scuba closet. Captain's bathroom.
Nice shower.
This is our suite back here.
And you
I'm Brianna,
the wife of the
otherwise known
captain.
as Booty Bree.
Legend has it, Booty Bree won a dancing competition in Key West, bringing home some nice booty with that booty of hers.
Yeah, this is the Bone Crew. You met the Bone Crew already?
Yes.
This is Screamy Bone.
screamy bone. Well, that one's probably self-evident.
Otherwise known as Shrieky. She was born October 22nd, and her first experience on the boat was January that year. Yeah.
This is
Instruments
our
there.
wind telling us how fast the wind's going in knots, and the angle of the wind off our boat. Radio. Depth finder. That's where we are right now. We're up there. Dominican and Haiti. You can get
Nice.
good views of like the depths and stuff.
You can hit that center boat thing there, landing right there, and it'll pull you up to the boat. Just loop around.
Yeah, it just gives us all the depth of what's around us.
It's an all steel boat. Nathan, do you want to talk about challenges of that or
Yeah. I mean, steel-
pluses?
Yeah, it's like every material, there's trade-offs. So, I mean, the obvious issue with steel is rust. So you have to constantly be aware of your paint, and the old adage that boats rot from the inside out, not the outside in, and that holds true with steel. So if if you just kind of avoid looking in the bilge because you don't want to see what's in there, and water's down in there, and you give it enough time, it'll start to work. A bad rust situation, it'll start flaking and get in there, and it can compromise your hull. So I'm far more anal about my inside bilge area, that it's totally clean and the paint is in good shape at all times, than I am on the outside. The big advantage is the strength. So we've bounced off the bottom in places in the Bahamas, and we've had situations where other boats were pulling in and their trip was over. They had to haul out. They were taking on some water because they had hit the keel and twisted something, and they cracked, and they were taking on water, and basically we're in kind of the nightmare scenario. And we basically pulled up to having done the same thing, pulled up to the dock, tied off, and went and had a beer, because it's nothing on this boat. It can hit hard on the keel. It's got 4 inches solid steel on the very bottom of the keel, and it runs the whole length of the keel, so it's like a battering ram down there. So unless you strike the hull on coral, that could potentially rupture because of the weight of the boat pushing behind it. But if you strike the keel itself, it's pretty much as close to bulletproof as you can get. So that's the big advantage. And with a family on board and stuff, it's nice because we always feel like with this ship, it's going to get us from A to B, generally speaking. What would you guys do if we bought another boat someday? Would you want to go to a different material, experiment with fiberglass or aluminum? Aluminum scares me because of electrolysis. And so you always have to be on that, because you can burn a hole in aluminum in a day if you have a stray electrical current.
What's the year of this boat?
84.
84.
Yeah. He's a little younger than me, 5 years younger.
You bought it out of the water.
Yeah, I was on the Hard in Port Huron,
Okay.
in the Great Lakes area, right between Lake Huron and Lake Erie, along the, I think it's called the St. Clair River up there.
Okay.
Just on the U.S. side. Port Huron's right across from Sarnia, Canada, and then Port Huron, U.S. And yeah, bought it there. The person we bought it from had bought it to do a kids television show, apparently, of all things. Yeah. The Bone Crew is famous for seasickness. That's like their number one liability.
Okay.
Next to not listening to Captain Blackheart. That's their number 2 liability. But they're pretty good. They fight. And then Booty Bree here, she tends to question everything I say the whole way. So she's like this constant. I gotta constantly deal with that as I'm trying to be decisive. So it's challenging to say the least.
Oh yeah.
I stand up for the Bone Crew.
I can't believe it. Sailing with the family would be so tough.
Well, it's a good test for like whether it's worth carrying on with relationships or not.
No seasick peel? Whoa, she's salty. There they go.
Never get one.
Take care.